Let's talk briefly about Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy Magazine and Playboy Enterprises, has died at the age of 91 as a result of what is being reported as natural causes. Playboy is one of the most recognizable brands. It started 64 years ago, controversial in many ways, controversial in how it portrayed women, but also very important in the discussion about media decency, censorship, and civil rights. I actually believe that the story of Hugh Hefner is one that really many people aren't aware of in terms of the significance of what Hefner did in favor of civil rights and integration and racial equality early in the 20th century in the United States. Playboy was publishing in its magazine, in terms of, before I get to that, some of the things that Playboy did, which were really quite innovative. Playboy was publishing in its magazine fiction from everybody ranging from Ray Bradbury, author of Fahrenheit 451, to Gabriel Garcia Marquez, to Margaret Atwood, to Jack Kerouac and Kurt Vonnegut, in a magazine with naked women, right? The Playboy interviews were absolutely fascinating pieces of media history. And it spurred, there's this joke now about, oh, you've got Playboy? Yeah, I just have it for the articles. It's a joke, but it actually did start with Playboy having really, really good material in it that one could actually read. But just as importantly, Hugh Hefner actively fought against Jim Crow laws in the South with integrated Playboy clubs in Miami and in New Orleans. And at the time, it sounds like no big deal, but at the time, it was a big deal to have groups of people from different races performing in front of audiences that were also racially integrated. And Hugh Hefner was super clear about the sort of desire to have that and have it be exactly what it was. He fought against so-called sodomy laws. Sodomy laws, you might remember, served as the basis for a lot of anti-gay discrimination then and later in the American legal system. And I think it's really easy. I'm getting so worked up, I almost just destroyed my mouse. I think it's super easy to say, Hugh Hefner, Playboy, objectified women in a magazine, period. We can have that conversation, legitimate conversation to have. But Hugh Hefner was a true progressive on everything from speech to media regulation to civil rights and LGBT rights. And by the way, when we hear that our current president started from nothing and built his real estate empire, other than, of course, having this super rich dad who was already a real estate success story in New York, and getting that very small loan of $1 million from his dad, Hugh Hefner took out a mortgage in 1953, got a bank loan of $600, got $8,000 together from 45 investors, and ultimately launched Playboy. Playboy and its trademarks now generate $1 billion per year in sales. Everyone is flawed. But Hefner did some very, very interesting things and some very, very good things as well. And he has died at the age of 91.